Hey everyone, Camille here from 88 Fitness Training. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the number one most neglected muscle, the rear delt. So I'm going to take you through 3 variations using the dumbbells that will target that neglected muscle. So stay tuned, check it out. Alright, so training rear delts with the dumbbells. I'm going to take you through 3 exercises. We're going to start with bent over dumbbell rear delt flies, seated rear delt flies, and then head supported rear delt flies. And I'll talk about the pros and cons of each one as we go through. Alright, so starting out, we're going to grab a set of dumbbells. We're going to hinge over like so, and we're going to come straight out and squeeze. Just like that. You really want to focus on controlling the weights back down, coming up, really squeezing. You can pause momentarily, just like that. And from the side, it looks like this. So having this overhand grip really allows you to squeeze those rear delts. When you have palms facing in like this, you're using a lot more of your upper trap as well to get these weights up. So it's a great exercise. Now, the thing about bent over flies, if you're just getting started, you're a beginner, you can use light to moderate weight, you're okay doing this. But the moment you're trying to progressively overload, you're gonna start to feel the back, right? And it puts a lot of tension on there, and then usually you can't get the weights up anymore, so you're tempted to use momentum to get those weights up. And anytime you're doing that kind of rocking motion, you're taking load off of the rear delt. So bent over rear delt, not really the best one that you can do. All right, so if standing rear delt flies is not that optimal because of that lower back and using momentum, the next best option that someone would probably try would be seated rear delt flies. So you're gonna find a bench, you're gonna lean forward over your knees, arms behind your legs, come straight out, squeeze. Now because the torso's leaning on the knees like this, you can't use momentum, right? Like I can't really get it up that way. So just like that. Again though, it does get pretty challenging as you start to get heavier and heavier and heavier. So you're going to want to use momentum. You're not going to be able to. You're definitely going to have to lighten your weight. It's very humbling. It is very, very humbling. Anyone that's training rear delts, you think you can go in and lift these heavy weights, but you can't. You need to lighten it so you can get that full range of motion and squeeze while you're doing those flies, right? It's not doing any good if you're down here just doing these partial reps, right? We're only starting the motion, right? I only start to feel the tension on the rear delts when I'm right about here. I need to get them all the way up there, which is hard. It's very, very hard. So lighten those weights, y'all. All right, the next one I'm going to show you is the head supported. So while the seated was good and you really can't use a whole lot of momentum, you still can use a little bit of momentum. But with this one, you're really taking that out of the equation and the back out of the equation. So find a bench, put a towel or something over it, place your forehead on it, work your feet back so you have a nice flat back, let your arms hang, and then we're going to come up and squeeze. Now with this one, as long as you keep your forehead on that bench like that, and that neutral spine, you absolutely can't use any momentum here. So this is a really good one. Like your back supported, your neck supported, so you can start to crank up the weight a little bit. But again, when it gets too heavy, you're not going to hit full range of motion, so you still have to be a little careful there. But those are 3 variations, and so I kind of have them, presented them in the order that I would recommend. Like if you're starting out, try bent over. But as you progress, you're going to end up here with the head supported ones because you're going to find you can do a whole lot more weight. You have stricter form, less potential to use that momentum and whatnot. So all 3 great variations, find which one works for you. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. For more like it, definitely check out our shoulder playlist. And as always, like and subscribe. Camille, 88 Fitness Training.